Spooky. Welcome back to Two and a Blue, a special spooky Halloween episode. I am John Flounder Caruso, your host, here with my co-host Stevie DeStefano, and always in the background, DJ Lou, making the magic happen. How's everybody doing this week? We got Halloween coming up. We had the Halloween parade this week in Hamilton. Steve, how was the week?
It was good. Very busy. Shout out to my sister Jenna, who's getting married tomorrow.
Big dummy.
Saturday, yeah.
Who's the lucky man?
Mike Bukakis.
Dead man walking.
Yeah.
Dead man walking. Just remember I said this, Mr. Bukakis. After they eat the wedding cake, things change. They change. All women are allergic to wedding cake. Remember I said that.
Mike's a good dude.
He is. No, real good people.
Yeah.
Your sister's good. That's good people.
Yeah.
That's a great couple.
Yeah.
That's a good
There's a power couple.
Two good families. Yeah, absolutely. Great. That's a great couple.
Yeah, so congrats to them.
Very big congratulations. As you might see, we have some face paint on. We got our face done up. Would you like to give a little shout out to the young lady?
Cam Croce came down.
Great. She's
she
great.
Did awesome.
Yeah, she did an awesome job, as you could tell. I said, just make me a jack-o'-lantern. She goes, okay, I'm going to make you a spooky one. Yeah. She made Steve into a zombie.
Didn't even look at nothing. She was just doing it.
No, just straight off the cuff. It was freehand. That's called freehand, right, Lou? Yeah, okay. So,
she's a tattoo artist, though, normally.
Yes.
This is just, she did this special for us. I know the tattoo shop she works for, I have a connection to the owner.
Yep.
Who recommended her. I reached out to her. We coordinated it. Ended up working out. She did an awesome job. You guys can find her at spikes.and.daisies on Instagram.
Yeah, she does a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
That's what and face paint, obviously.
Obviously face paint.
Yes. So give her a shout. Get on there for your parties, for your Halloween parties, for your kids' parties, anything.
Very artistic.
She told me she does clowns and stuff like that. So, I'm not a big fan of clowns, but whatever. A little Pennywise. Yeah. Let's. We got a lot to talk about this week. First, we're going to start off with our a segment we like to call Dumb Things of the Week. Dumb Things of the Week. How'd you like that one, Lou? He didn't put it on the last one.
I have a dumb thing of the week.
I do too. I'm actually going to go with. I'm going to revert back to the old gym one. Besides the tripods and cameras that I've been seeing are more effective because everybody's Tony Atlas now and they're bodybuilders and they have to be on videos. One guy, and I understand the people that come in and they work out, they come in with a gym bag and they go in and then they change, they shower and they go to work. I don't understand the guys that come in and they have a backpack and they break out, they sit it down. It's like they set a table, and here comes the pre-workout and the juice and the vitamin and they're do you not have time at home or in the truck? And then when they're done, it's a whole nother separate post-workout, mix a drink. Like, I just didn't do this when I went to the gym when I was younger. I still don't. Is your life that busy?
I get bringing it with you so you don't forget.
Okay.
Because if it was me, like I just forget. Like if I do, like even like a protein shake after the gym, like I will forget 90% of the times. But if it's in your gym bag, then you know it's there. The thing that gets me is like, why you got to do it in front of everyone?
Right.
Like you want everyone to see like how cool you are.
It wasn't in the bathroom. It wasn't like, all right, maybe if you went to the bathroom.
Your fucking picnic
he
blanket
had like the
your picnic basket.
He had the step-up thing, the boxes, the jump boxes. He took a jump box, put his stuff down, and then they're like, I'm like, what's he setting the table? What are we having, dinner?
He's cooking crystal meth.
Oh my God. I was like,
with the beakers and shit.
I just look around, I'm like, this just didn't happen 15, 20 years ago. It just didn't. No. And if you did, the guys in the gym would have embarrassed you.
Yeah.
Ultimately, would have just embarrassed you.
You know what the old timers did was they went and got a quarter pounder.
Yeah.
28 grams of protein.
Well, the old timers too also used to do lines of coke in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, drinking beer, like they would, you know, a couple guys I know. Actually, speaking of like the Marine Corps marathon, when they did a Marine Corps marathon, the run at the end, there's actually tables of ice and beer. They actually recommend you to have one beer at the end of it because it actually puts a lot of stuff back in your body after a marathon. So, yeah. So,
did you ever do the Murph?
I have not done the Murph. No,
that's a gnarly fucking
huge
workout,
supporter of it. I am.
That workout, I thought was going to be the death of me. I've done it 4 consecutive years, excluding last year because of 2023. Just I thought it was going to kill me. Mm-hmm. Now I don't know why, but usually on Friday, right? If I'm working out early Saturday, I can do anything I want. I can drink, I can eat, and usually like it just turns into like energy, and then and I burn it right off. So I didn't treat the 2023 Murph any different than that. And for anyone who doesn't know, the Murph is a 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, another mile run. And it's supposed to be with a weighted vest on. I don't do it with a weighted vest.
Okay.
It's insane.
Is it, and it's timed?
It's timed,
okay.
Yeah. It usually takes about, I can't even remember how long it usually takes, but it usually, it takes a good
least,
amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
To do 100 pull-ups.
A couple hours has got to be, right?
No,
hour and a half?
No, 40 minutes.
40 minutes?
Yeah,
okay. Because it would take me about 20 minutes to get the mile.
No,
so.
Yeah, it's like 30 it's like 30 to 40 minutes. But the last time I did it, I drank and I was like not worried at all about it. I was in pretty good shape, 2023. Mm-hmm. Man, dude, if that thing didn't fucking kill me, bro. Mm-hmm. I did that mile. And I could tell just right from the beginning. I mean, these girls were running past me like deer. I'm like, oh boy,
yeah,
I'm fucking in for it today.
A lot of it's the CrossFit people, right? Yeah. That's a big CrossFit thing.
Well, I was pretty heavy into CrossFit at the time, and then I started them pull-ups. Man, I was like, oh man, I'm in fucking trouble, dude. And by the time I got to the second mile, man, I was like,
shot,
dead, dude, absolutely dead.
Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah, and then I mean, I went almost a year without working out after that. 'Cause that's how bad it kicked my ass.
Wow.
Yeah, like scared, like went and saw a cardiologist.
Holy shit.
I felt like I was getting like heart palpitations after that. I mean, everything was fine. I took a billion tests. I did exactly what I had the heart monitor on for a minute. Mm-hmm. Did the, all that stuff, but it ended up just going away. No, it was probably just a fat fuck.
Probably. just life letting you know you're out of shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
what do you have for a dumb thing in a week?
Dude, I forget. I had one, and I remember thinking about it as it was going on.
And that would be Steve's dumb thing of the week.
Yeah,
thank you.
There you go. That's my dumb thing of the week. Oh, I hacked myself.
How did you? What?
I hacked myself. So we got a message in
This is going to be a dumb thing of the week.
Oh, it's fucking dumb, dude. We got a message in the Two and a Blue Messenger.
Okay.
And it was just some name of a person, and it's like, the video we posted of it was of Joe Pierce, who is our interview this week. Mm-hmm. And he's in a puddle of water, and it's Celine Dion.
Oh, yeah.
So, because Celine Dion is such an avid watcher of Tuna Blue, I figured she 100%. Wouldn't mind if we used...
Right.
Yeah.
She okayed it, I'm pretty sure.
And now we have gotten emails from Facebook that says, like, it's copyright infringement, so we muted it in Japan. So I went like, whatever.
Right.
Like, who cares? But then, so in Messenger, I said, like, because of the copyright infringement, we're going to delete your Facebook page, and whatever. So, like mm-hmm. you have to click this link, and you have to write something up. Like, you have to respond to this, basically. And it was just like why this happened. Basically, like, we won't do it again. Mm-hmm. Delete the link or delete the video, and then you're good. Basically, is what I was saying. So I did all this stuff, and then and I hit okay, and then it just said, like, just to verify you are who you are. What's the password for
login?
What's the password for your login? I put the password in. Done. 1 second later, in my personal, because, like, obviously we use our personal accounts to get into the Tuna Blue. Mm-hmm. So on my personal 1 second later, I got a thing. It was just like saying someone from like Chicago, Illinois was logging into my Facebook. I was like, what the fuck, dude? So I'm like, oh my God. So now I'm like, all right, fuck, I'm like, so that's dumb, right? Like, I fell for the oldest trick in the book.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking idiot. I got nervous. I don't know why. Whatever. That's dumb. The dumb thing of the week, though, was, right, so I Googled Facebook customer service phone number because I wanted to call Google and be like, yeah, what? Or I wanted to call Facebook and be like, did you send this message? If you didn't send this message, I just gave my password to God knows who.
Right.
And I just so happened to get a message that someone in Chicago was. So I Google Facebook phone number, and I find a phone number for Facebook. I call the number, and it's just like,
was it Mark Zuckerberg?
It was some Indian dude, right? It wasn't like, hello, thanks for calling Facebook.
Right.
You know,
right.
It wasn't, like you would think if you called Facebook, like a person would answer. Mm-hmm. You would have to jump through fucking hoops to get to a person.
Yeah.
And this was just like, hello.
right away. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, hey.
Oh, hello.
And I'm so nervous at this point because I gave my password away, and I'm like, so I'm explaining this whole thing to this guy, and I mean, this guy is just obviously hacking the fuck out of me, dude. So then, I hacked myself a second time. Then I gave him my email address, and then I called Lou. Lou's like, I'm like, I fucking hacked myself, dude. I fucking found the guy. Like, I went on Google, found these guys are in an office. They're calling. These are the spam calls you get all the time, right? You answer your phone. It's like, oh, hi, this is Sarah from the credit. You know, that's everyone gets these fucking phone calls. These are fucking idiots in an office. They make I don't know. They're fucking losers. They just they just spam the fuck out of people.
Yeah.
Imagine being in an office and the phone rings. They're like, whoa, guys.
Yeah, right.
Stop the presses.
Hold on.
Someone's trying to.
We got a live
Someone needs
one.
our services.
We got a live one.
We can help you out. Don't worry about it, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
Give me all of your important information.
Yes.
We'll take care of it. Yeah.
Oh, we got him.
Could you imagine?
Oh,
They're all getting hung up on. They're like, wait. We got a phone call.
Yeah, hold on. They're all trying to get to it.
It's just me. I'm like, oh, help me. I got hacked. I'm like, I got hacked. They're
Poor Lou. Poor Lou.
Yeah.
Lou don't have enough
I had
to do.
to change all my fucking everything, dude. Oh, my God.
Lou, I got hacked twice. He's probably like, oh, my God.
Well, I told Lou what happened, and then he's like, bro, you fucking hacked yourself. What do you... I'm like, oh, my God. Fucking idiot. So, yeah.
Dumb things of the week. Oh, my God. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
You hacked yourself twice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so a topic I would like to touch on this week is wives of construction workers, and because I feel like we should give a little shout out to the wives of people who that are married to construction workers, because we're not easy to deal with. It isn't an easy lifestyle if you're in construction, and the wives deserve some credit, because behind every good labor is a good wife. They're our long hours. When you have kids, you're missing sports, you're missing all kinds of things that you don't want to miss, and you're trying your best to get a balance. And sometimes it just doesn't work. You're never home the same time every night. You're never, you never know if you're going to work nights, if you're working a stay away. All this shit happens, and then all that, especially if you're doing nights and stayaways, all the responsibility falls back on the wife, dinner, the kids, all that stuff. So me and my wife we have my son, but he lives in Maryland predominantly with his mom. Right now he's in the Marines, obviously, but even for me and my wife with nobody home, an empty house, it's still a lot. Like, my wife is like, she goes, when you're not home at nighttime, I'm up all night. I don't sleep well. I eat like shit. It kind of throws everything off. And, I got to give it props, because they're the ones that when we come home, we try not to take work home with us, but we're dead tired. We're miserable. If we had a bad day, the public's like out there like screaming at us. It sucks. And they catch the brunt of it. So shout out to the wives out there that are, that do all this. And I know you have, like, what's an example you have with, with kids and your wife, and you just had a newborn. Mm-hmm. How's that working?
Well, so you mentioned like some of the things. Another thing too is like, it's not like you can just, like, everyone can just take off. Like,
right.
Like, if you're like in the middle of the big job of the year, you can't just take off.
No.
So most people, how they can schedule this, 6 months in advance, like, for guys like us who don't want to get laid off, who want to like do better for the company, it's like you kind of almost feel responsible. Like, you take it like really personally, your job, and you feel responsible for like doing doing this, doing that. And that's not fair necessarily. you know, to like your family.
And like, say you take a day off, like the other day, I remember you said you were on a field trip. Now, mind you, we don't get PTO. We don't have paid time off. Yeah. So for you to go on a field trip with your kid, which is great, and it's a great experience, it's something they'll always remember. Yeah. That's a loss of whole day pay.
I keep my family pretty high up in the priority list. Like, you know what I mean? I would like if, you know, like I knew like Route 9, for example, right? I knew that Route 9 paving this year was the big job that I had to be on. If it wasn't the big Route 9, but I also knew we were having an infant this year.
Right.
So like what I did was all year I didn't take a day off. I didn't care I didn't care if I felt bad. I didn't care if I felt shitty. Like I didn't take a whole day off because I knew when the baby was born, I was going to need some time off. And I didn't want to hear no shit about it.
Right.
Because I was going to take whatever time I needed.
Yes.
So I took the whole year, didn't miss a fucking day, 100% attendance, had the baby. And then right after the baby, you know, I had to come back maybe a little earlier than I would have liked to. But I took 2 weeks, which is pretty good. And then I went right on nights. Which is, you know, it worked out with an infant. Right. You know, because like I got home the time like the kids were going to school. So I was able to, like, Michelle didn't have to put the baby in the car. And I was able to, like, I stayed up the extra hour or two sometimes just to help out in the morning. You know, you wake up a little bit earlier. I mean, you just have to, like, just make it work, you know. But the other thing, like you mentioned too, is like, and we talk about it sometimes, is like, it's a certain kind of person to be in this field for 11 years 15 years like you, it's just a different kind of person. It's a different so they're marrying like a different kind of guy.
It's a different beast. It really is. Because listen, you could have some days you have good days, some days you might even get done a little early, but there's a lot of, it's more than not that you are out there hammering asphalt. It's hot, it's cold, it's wet, it's all the elements.
But you're also like highly competitive people. Like highly, like pretty like work driven. Like just hard nosed people. You know. So it's
like today. Today was supposed to be my day off. You know, we're doing 410s. General manager called me, said there was an issue, something happened. It wasn't my fault, but needed it taken care of. I said, all right, listen, I had a bunch of appointments today. I said, but listen, I'll go in for a couple hours and I'll fix it for you. This way it's ready for Monday. And that's what I did because I take pride in it. I want to help out. I want to, you know, it's, you know, I don't want to pick up people's trash. And so, but I did that because that's, you know, that's the extra dollar we can have or whatever. But you can't, like, you want to make the overtime. You want to be the breadwinner. But in order for us to be the breadwinner, a main breadwinner in the family, that means we're not home.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what they tell you to do.
Right, you're going to soak up the overtime. You're going to get this. I mean, I know guys that were on gas pipes 7 days a week, 12-hour days.
You got to do it when the opportunity comes. Like, that's an opportunity for us.
To make a good chunk of. Now, mind you, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, you ain't going to be seen. You're not going to be seen. Horrible. You're going to just pass each other in the hallway. It doesn't last forever. Right. It may last for the season, but you'll make a crap load of money. You will, but it's a sacrifice. It comes with sacrifice. It comes with commitment, and that sacrifice that you're going to have to give up a lot of things, kids, events, stuff like that, and that's hard.
It's a decision. You have to. You can't just like. Yeah, I'll do it, and then like you have to know what you're doing.
No, you have to think about it.
You can't just agree to it.
Because a lot of times they'll put you on the spot. Oh, hey, by the way, I got 712s come up. You want to work it? And you're like on the spot.
You want to say yes so bad.
You want to say yes, but you don't want to say no, and you don't want to give them the thing. Oh, here we go. He's going to go think about it. But that type of this, you do have to think about it, especially if you're a family man and you got kids. If you're single and that, fuck it, go work.
Of course.
I mean, who cares? So you might miss a couple nights out.
Great point. Though, like my wife definitely deserves a lot of credit. I mean,
absolutely,
the cooking and
she's just married. Just being married to you is,
of course.
Look what
I'm doing right now. I'm dressed up like a fucking Stugatz. Talking to you.
Right. My poor wife, please. I mean, my wife deserves a medal, hands down. So. But again, shout out to the wives of construction workers. You guys are, and listen, we have female workers out there, so shout out to the husbands as well. You know, you guys do make it better for us. You know, for while we're out there, so we thank you for that.
Yeah, it's a team thing for sure.
It is.
And you mentioned your company, which I did run. I told you I ran into your company.
Yes,
my company was doing a job on a parallel street to your company. So I went up and I was like, yeah, where's Flounder at, right? This dude's like, do it as little as possible, I'm sure.
They nailed
and
me.
then I called you.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, I'm done for the day. Fuck that.
We did.
It was like 11 a.m. Dude.
It wasn't quite that early,
No,
but it was. Yeah, it was 12. But so days like that, we have to take advantage of that because there's other nights I'm not getting home until 6:30, 7 o'clock. It's dark out. It's like it's miserable. So then you try to take advantage, but it's not like I like literally use that time for good. Like I'm like, I can go do this real quick at home and I can get caught up on some shit. Like I don't just go home and go to sleep.
Well, the guy was laying flat on his back on the Scorpion of a fucking crash truck, so he wasn't doing much either.
No.
Yeah. So, whatever.
Then he was just the traffic guy.
He wasn't like digging a hole.
Right. Yeah. He was working real hard himself. Yeah. So hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But they obviously knew who I was. So I have another topic coming up, and this is going to touch a nerve with me. Is overpaid these athletes in general, and how they get. What triggered this is this whole Joel Embiid thing with the 76ers. I'm sick of them. This guy it's been 10 years now, right? Literally, about 10 years. The guy's never healthy. He's never made a full season. He doesn't show up in the playoffs, and now we're going to extend him for 5 years. We're going to pay him $50 million a year for next 5 years, $250 million in total. I'm sure some of that money's guaranteed, and he's not going to play the first 3 games, and he's not even injured. So my question is, when can I go to work and tell my boss, hey, I'm just not feeling it this week, but you're going to pay me my 40, right? And I'll see you next week. Like, I don't understand how it, because when you listen to the radio, the numbers, the money never comes up. And I'm pretty sure it's because the sports talk radios can't bring up that subject.
They do.
They do. They only touch it, though. They don't get into it. Because a lot of the former players are not going to defend owners. My opinion is, I don't care how much the owner makes. I feel like the owner of the business, the owner of the team, they take on the most responsibility. The stadiums, the insurance, the public, the employees, they take over the whole full circle. They have the responsibility. They should make the most money.
All right. You want me to?
Go ahead.
Ready for my
jump
here?
in. Yeah, jump in.
It's a union. It's a players' union.
Yeah, a players' association. Yeah, it's a union.
So if you're against the players making their portion of it, then you're against us making what we make. That's how I feel. I
feel like that's comparing apples to oranges because we make $50 an hour. Even if our total package is $90 an hour, we don't make $100,000 a minute.
But they're not making the billions and billions of dollars that the owners of the NBA teams are making either. Like
they shouldn't have to.
Yeah, but if you're looking at it proportionately,
you
don't think those owners would pay them as little as they possibly? If there wasn't for the players' union, they wouldn't be making that much money.
I don't down them trying to get the most, but when is enough? When are they not becoming pigs?
Well, we're the ones paying them. I mean, the jersey sales, the ticket sales.
You're right. So it falls back on the blue-collar guy and us, the little man.
And the sponsors.
Well, that's another thing. These guys are getting paid, let's say Embiid, he's getting $250 million for the next 5 years. That's not including his sponsorship money that he gets, all the endorsement money.
So you'd rather see the owners make all that money?
Well, here's a little. I don't know if this would work or not, but if they paid less, it would mean everybody would make less, including the owners. The owners would still make the most, but everybody would make a little less. If the owners didn't have to pay $250 million, then that means they only had to pay, say, $50 million for 5 years, okay? Because $250 million is generational money, and if
$50 million is
generational money. And if you don't have, and if these people are not being supplied with financial advisors on how they can make that money last the rest of their life, then shame on them.
Yeah.
Okay. But if the owners paid less, and that means that everything would then come down because you wouldn't have to charge as much for a ticket.
But they would.
They could change
Ticket
it.
sales have never gone down ever.
No, and right, but why can't they?
Why would they?
Why? Because so we can afford
you had
it.
you made cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
Did you not charge as much as you could?
No.
I mean,
I charge. No, I did not gouge.
you charged a reasonable amount. No, because you didn't gouge, but you wouldn't have been able. You can't gouge on a cheesesteak. No one's going to pay $20 for a cheesesteak.
And I think these people are gouging. Like,
yeah, but people are paying it. If they're paying it, it's not gouging.
We have no choice to pay it if you want to go see it.
Yeah, but like,
and that's a source of entertainment.
Like, if you look at the ticket sales from the box office, they're not that bad. It's like $80
for a decent seat. $80.
Yeah, but if you go in a secondary market for that same seat, it's $300.
I don't even know if they're $80 anymore.
They're $80. I mean, a Phillies game, if you get it,
so why can't I pay $50?
Because you're getting it on the secondary market. If you got season tickets to the Sixers, for example,
good. Okay, go ahead.
Your ticket per game per seat would be, I don't know, probably $80.
You just
for a good seat.
You're a season ticket holder to the Sixers. You want to bring your son. You want to bring your son to a Sixers game. You're a season ticket holder, and the first 3 games, the main major player isn't going to play. Don't you feel you should get something back on that? Because don't your kid want to go see Paul George or George Paul, whatever his is, and right, Paul George Paul, whatever the fuck his name is, and Embiid.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I mean, like, the Sixers the Sixers are fucked up.
They are fucked up. They're the most fucked up organization.
Look at the process, what they did. They're fucked up.
The process is gone. The process is gone.
They're trying so hard to win a fucking championship. They tanked for how many fucking years?
And listen, it's karma.
Right.
It's karma biting the Sixers in the ass right now.
Look at like the Dallas Mavericks. They got Luka. They got Kyrie.
They load manage these guys. They do. But they not to the extreme. Like, I will almost guarantee that you will see Paul George. Am I saying this right?
Yeah. It's
Paul George and Embiid on the court. I bet you 30 games or less.
Yeah, you're probably
out of an 80-game season together. I'm like, that's insane. And you're going to pay these guys multi-million dollars. When you wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, do you think Embiid is up training and trying to get in shape?
They want the player. So they're just paying them what the market dictates.
Why? That's my point. Why is the market so high?
And there's a cap.
Why? I don't know if the NBA has a cap anymore.
There is a cap.
But so why is the cap so high?
Because they generate so much fucking money.
Okay.
I mean, where does that money go if not to the players?
Let it go to the owner. Let it go to the stadium. Let it go for upgrades.
All right, but they do all that as needed. Like the 76ers are trying to put a stadium in Center City right now.
I mean, I don't think personally. I don't think it's a whole other subject, and I won't get into it. But like medical workers, military, all that stuff.
But you make it's a valid to our podcast because this is a union now. You know what I mean? Like the money's coming in. They're generating this much money. The players' union, like, okay, then we're the ones putting, like, these owners can't just put the fans in the stands. But like the player, like, people are paying this money to see Embiid, to see.
So they want to see you. They want to see you, and I'm going to pay you $250 million. You're going to turn around and tell me, nah, I can't play the first 3 games.
The Sixers are giving it to him, though.
Right.
The Sixers are doing it to him.
And here's where some of the unions get a bad reputation, because the unions will protect that. That's not right. I should not make the owner of my company pay me for not working. Nor should that owner have to pay Embiid or any other player, professional athlete, football, basketball. I won't get into hockey because I feel hockey actually makes fair money. I actually do. They're the lowest paid. They get beat up. It's a physical sport. And them guys get paid the least out of the 4 major sports.
What generates the least amount of money?
And they play stitches, teeth missing. They're animals. Yeah. And I'm not saying that basketball players, they are in tip-top shape. There's injuries. I get it. There's one injury can end a career. Okay, but he's still going to get them millions and millions of dollars. They have top-notch doctors. They have the insurances. They have the medical stuff. The top nutritionists, the top this, the top that. The owner's probably paying for that. And then these guys are collecting $250 million in the course of 5 years.
But what do you think those owners are making? Those owners are making billions. They're making billions on the fucking parking lot.
Well, that's their responsibility.
On the parking lot.
I don't listen. if I was in the position of the owner, and I have owned a small business, if you just upscale it, yeah, they take on the whole responsibility. They could lose everything in one lawsuit. That's another thing. Then
they won't lose everything.
The players turn around and then sue the owners for
and they afford it all, and everyone wants to fucking buy them. Like, it's almost a fail-safe business.
It felt like if everything came down, it would trickle down. It would be like the trickle-down effect. If they lowered this rate, lowered the cost of fucking beer, then you can lower the cost of tickets, and everyone would still make fantastic money because the televisions are going to pay them all this money and
look
sponsorships.
What you're saying. Okay, so apply that logic to the labor's union.
Okay.
Do we have to make $50 an hour?
No, we do, but we don't go out there and ask for $100 an hour.
We would take it.
But it's not realistic because no one's going to hire you for $100 an hour.
You don't think in 30 years
in the check, like nobody's going to hire?
You don't think in 30 years it's going to be there? I mean, if you work if you work a Sunday, you're making $100 an hour though.
30 years. Tom Brady 5 years ago was making $25 million. In a 5-year difference, you're talking now. These guys are making $50-60 million a year.
Brady could have named this price.
He could have, but he didn't. He wasn't I don't think he was a pig.
Right.
He also knew Michael Jordan was another one, made a lot of money, but Michael Jordan made most of his stuff off of endorsements, off of Nike. He made a shitload of money off of that. It just bothers me. And the NBA is really the one I had to nitpick because the NBA is a horrible. It's a trash. The NBA is a trash, horrible product. They are soft pussies. Excuse my language, but they are. They're soft. S-O-F-T, soft. Okay, they are just, they're unbelievable. They control they control the sport. The owners don't control. Not everything is in the players' hands. So that would be like us controlling our union. We don't.
Yeah.
They're
fucked up.
The
NBA's fucked. I couldn't agree with you more.
You know, I see a guy like Trey Turner that got this $300 million contract. Now, of course, they're probably over, like, say Bryce Harper was over 13 years. Yeah. That's a big contract. Yeah. There was talks at the beginning of this year, you know, that Harper was going to try to ask for more money or an extension.
But look at Harper, for example, right?
Okay.
Before he stepped foot on a fucking field, dude, they ran out of the letter R.
Yeah.
They couldn't even print enough jerseys, dude.
Right.
Like he is making them so much fucking money.
Yes,
dude.
but then
it don't matter if he plays or not.
Then why am I being punished?
You're not. You're paying for the jersey, and that in turn is that's why
they're paying for the jersey.
So much money.
I have to pay for the tickets. I got to pay for, I got to buy my kids shit when
it's not cheap.
I got to pay for the food.
But you can watch it on TV for free.
You can, and I've stopped going to games. I mean, that's the honest answer. Yeah. I mean, the hands down answer to it was like, if you don't like it, don't go, and that's what I choose. My choice is I don't agree with it. But I don't want to give you my fucking dollar that I have to work overtime to get.
The problem is the secondary market. That's the real fucking.
Well, that's
the real problem, right? Because if you could just buy the tickets from the Philly, if they just turned off the secondary market, you wouldn't have these robots buying fucking every seat they could get and then flipping them for fucking 3 times the value. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then
for
the
major games.
Then it would be more.
I would say a regular game. I say a regular game is probably like $20-$30 above, like with the fees.
Yeah,
But when on the major games like championships, and forget it, you ain't unless you're rich. You ain't
talking $1,800 to go to this fucking World Series.
It's nuts. Nuts. And $1,800 will probably get you top level in the Yankee Stadium.
They are going to be shoulder to shoulder, jam 100% packed every game.
Which, by the way, since you brought that up, fuck the Yankees. I don't want to see them. And as much history as the Dodgers and the Phillies have, it kills me to actually try to say, I'll root for the Dodgers, but I'm rooting for the Dodgers. I don't want to see the Yankees win anything ever again.
I'm rooting for the Dodgers too.
Yeah, and this Shohei Ohtani is like, he's a freak of nature. He is. He's like he was like a Bo Jackson-esque. Like,
talk about making a lot of fucking money, though. Are you kidding me?
600,000
million
and 600 million. And how smart was he? Because in
he
his
deferred it.
And no tax, right? And he deferred it, and it'll go to his country where he won't get taxed on it. And he'll be the emperor.
Oh my God!
That much money?
How many yen is that? That's a fuck ton of yen, dude. That's a lot of yen.
How much yen? How much yen is that? Lulu's looking up.
Mad yen, dude. Fucking yen for days. it can't even compute it, dude. It's too much. The computer's going to break.
It's like 7 gazillion billion.
Fucking too much. Overload. Too many yen.
It's 77 billion yen.
77 billion.
77 billion yen.
$600 million
Holy
in
fuck,
America
dude.
is 77 million yen.
Oh, dude.
Billion yen. So,
Mad yen.
as far as like I said, these athletes, I feel like they make way too much, and you're going to see the day where these guys are making. I mean, 600 million. That's not far off of $1 billion.
No.
Who's going to be the first $1 billion contract? I mean, it's coming.
It's definitely coming.
And I don't think it's warranted at all. I just don't. I just think
I don't see how
you can't enjoy America's pastime anymore. I used to enjoy going to a ball game. Now it's like I stress because it's like it's a $500 day easily between tickets. Food.
I can't take your side on this, dude. I can't. I just think it's dictated by the market. I think that the players' union is doing the same thing like our union is doing.
I hear what you're saying because I hear other people saying this. I do. I hear people on the radio, and it just to me, it just does that just doesn't. Oh well, it's the market. Okay, I just that's not an answer for me. I just for me that's
that's the market. Like so
change the market.
You had the cheesesteaks.
Change the market.
Right? If I mean, look, if it costs you $3 to make a cheesesteak, right, and that's all in gas and workers and everything. $3 per cheesesteak. I mean, you're not going to sell them for $5.
No.
You're going to sell them for $10.
Yeah, I was selling mine for if it was probably cost me $7 to $8 to make a cheesesteak, and I was selling them for $12. But starting was $11, $12, and it maxed out around $15.
But that's a market standard, though. You know what I'm saying? And the market is set.
But I didn't want to.
But the market is set because of the prices you're paying to make a cheesesteak.
Yes. So why can't the market change?
Because that's just not the way it works. Like the money just doesn't. Money doesn't.
That's just not the way it works. Is not a good answer for me. In other words, that's not an answer that.
So how
would
would the market change for a cheesesteak?
Everything would have to. The price of meat would have to come down. Right. The price of gas would have to come down. The market, everything around it would have to come down. That's the point why small businesses ain't making it.
But do you think Geno's in Philly, Pat's in Philly would lower the cost of their cheese? So when the market,
because they're pigs and their steaks are garbage anyhow. So they're already overpriced if you ask me.
Steve's.
Oh, we'll go Angelo's. We'll go D'Alessandro's.
All right, Steve's. Princess Steve's.
But like I say, D'Alessandro's. I think if you can make money off of it, if you can lower your price and still make the same amount of money, why is that a bad thing?
Well, it's not a bad thing, but like it's just a bad business model. Like that's not good business. Is to make less than you can make.
No, but why can't the things around you come down? Why can't the market come down so that I can then compensate and still make the same amount of money, but I could charge you less? I wanted to charge less. I couldn't because I had to afford everything. But I did not have it in me to do. See, I used to see trucks out there, and I won't mention names, but it happens all the time. I would set up on my, like you would see them at a private party and they'd have a menu, but then they would go to a major festival and they would have a totally different menu because the festival would bring in more money. So their prices were jacked up. Well, to me, how am I consciously going to see you at a festival that you just paid $12 last Saturday, and now I'm going to charge you $15 for the same sandwich at a festival? I can't. That to me is but that's gouging.
Right, so you make $50 an hour on a Monday. Mm-hmm. On a Sunday, how much do you make?
Double time.
Right.
That's the contract.
So how do you?
That's the contract.
Yeah, but I understand that, but when the
so why aren't these guys honoring their contract?
Yeah, but maybe this. Okay, yeah,
maybe
I agree with that.
Maybe this. Maybe I'm saying okay. Maybe if the market can't change, and this is the market and this is what they're going to get paid, then why can't the owner say you have to fucking work to get paid?
I agree with that 1,000%.
You have to play to get paid.
Yeah.
You have to produce to get paid.
I couldn't agree with that anymore.
And there's nothing in there. And that's and listen, that is on the owners that signed this contract with the Players Association to say, okay, they don't have to be whatever, they can play 30 games out of 80, and we'll still pay them the whole amount. Well, they're fucking stupid, and that just does go to show you how much money they
Well, you look
do
at the
make.
Ben Simmons thing. You look at like some of the Kyrie Irving things. You look at like the
Sam Bradford from the that used to play for the Eagles.
He was a
Sam
genius.
he made the most money. Played like 5 games total.
Yeah, but you look at that. I mean, that is fucking bullshit, dude. A guy can just wake up one day and say, "I don't want to play for you anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't care about the contract.
Yeah.
Trade me, or I'm just not going to show up."
And then they still have to get paid.
Oh, you're going to find me? I got mental illness.
Right.
That's fucked
Right.
up, dude.
I know.
I agree with that.
And this is where that gray area comes in, where the unions get a bad name because the player association and union is going to back that player.
It's really the agent. Like the agent, like his agent, his agent was Rich Paul. The NBA should have fined the fuck out of that agency.
Well, the NBA is investigating this now. There is an
fucked
open
up.
investigation because they're saying that that the Sixers aren't following a protocol where because this happened with Kawhi Leonard. That's why Kawhi Leonard. That's why this happened 2 years ago. They implemented this rule where they need your two major stars cannot both be out unless they are injured.
And I agree with you. It's fucked up. Like, do you really want a star who's that? Like, I want a guy who's just gonna play. Like, I just like to play and just play.
If you paid me $10 million,
like, listen to the word.
They said, listen, I'm going to pay you $10 million for the next 2 years to do this. I'd have to be dead not to want to get that $10 million. Like, literally, you'd have to be dragging me out of the bed to not do, and not be in a tip-top shape, getting up in the morning, the off-season, everything that goes with that. So that's what really pisses me off about Embiid. This frigging guy doesn't put the work in, and then for some stupid reason, and this is not just the Sixers, they turn around and say, these owners and companies turn around and say, you know what, we're going to extend you. Yeah. What did they prove?
Well, so not that I agree with this, but from the perspective of the organization, it is like for the Sixers to win a championship. Like, you know how much money that brings in?
Oh, 100%.
You know how much money it brings into to the city of Philadelphia?
Winning
Jersey.
itself fixes everything.
I mean, the players that come in, like, I mean, to be like up there, like, I could see why an organization would just at all costs, let's win a championship. Right. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You don't want to play all year until the playoffs to do it. Because I want to win a championship.
But there's nothing.
It is fucked up. Like, I don't want my star player to be like. I want like a Jordan. Like, you look at Jordan, Kobe. Like, they're great. Like, they just played because they couldn't not play.
Right.
Like, they could not stomach sitting on a fucking bench.
It was embarrassing to them. It was embarrassing to them not to be on that court.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's
not
the
these
mentality
guys.
You want.
Right. Not these guys. Yeah. And then again, they shown nothing. Embiid in the last 10 years has shown nothing that he's willing to get into shape, be healthy. So then the Sixers are like, all right, well, you know what? You're so screwed up and you won't do this. We're going to cater to you even more. I'm going to pay you more. I'm going to extend you, pay you more money, and be more lenient. That is the most dumbest thing I've ever, and that's the owner. That's on the owners. That's on the ownership. This is just, it's ridiculous. And to me, in my opinion, it's out of control with the numbers these guys get paid. I mean, $600 million, that used to be a lottery ticket. Yeah. Now it's like, it's just common in professional sports, $300 million. It's like.
Shout out to Nick Castellanos. He played 162 games.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, and yes.
Shout out.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely.
that dude. I
do like him. I like the workhorses. I like the guys that take pride in it and actually use their money for good. Nutrition, like Tom Brady had his own private nutritionist and all this, you're talking about guys that like Jordan. These guys worked in the off season. They didn't sit around, get fat and happy. Did they take some vacations? I'm sure they did. They earned it. They want to be with their family, enjoy some family time. But then they got back to work in the off season, kept themselves in shape because that is the contract. That is the money they're getting paid. They owe it. They owe to that owner. Because that owner's paying them money, you owe it to that man to show up and perform.
Guys like that weren't money driven. Like they wanted the money, and like you see what Jordan can do
Yeah.
with his money. Like he turned himself.
Yeah, he
into
gambles it.
No, but he
Yeah.
look at the Jordan brand. It's
Oh,
unbelievable.
100%.
But he wasn't driven by money. Kobe, he wasn't driven by money. They just wanted
success.
They just
Yes, they were addicted. They
had that fire,
were
man.
addicted to success.
And now what happens is you have so much money that when you have a kid, right, at 10 years old who's 6'3", now you're like, bro, you're going to the NBA, dude. Like, we're going to train you. We're going to, and so they're not driven by, I love this game so much. Like, Joel Embiid was a volleyball player. I don't even think he played basketball until he was in college.
Yeah.
When someone said, hey, dude, you can go make $100 million in America playing fucking basketball.
Well, that's the
You know
other
what I
thing.
mean?
Why do you think
And
these
he's like,
people
so
come
they're-
from another
yeah,
country to
yeah,
come
so
here?
Their drive isn't, let me fucking be great. Their drive is, let me make $100 million playing basketball.
Like, look at them doing these sports, like the UFC, doing like the Saudi Arabia fights.
Yeah.
And they pay millions upon millions to have it there, but they're paying these American people to come there. We will accept anybody from another country to come on in and we'll pay them hundreds. You don't hear one person saying, you know what, well, they do play in the China League, but that's if they don't make NBA. Yeah. So, you know, you don't hear somebody saying, I'm going to go to Africa to play some pro ball. No,
there's no money there.
They go to the States.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you want to be at the top.
Because they're pigs.
No matter what, whether you're a competitor, though, you want to be playing against the
we're
best.
stupid.
Or whether you're driven by money, you want to be making the most money. So
but there's. I just think it's completely ridiculous, and now everybody's a millionaire except me. Yeah. So,
all right, I got a good topic.
So maybe that's the real thing. I'm just jealous. So,
I am too. All right, Caruso. Right? Do people have an issue spelling your last name?
No, they actually have an issue spelling my first name.
John?
Yes.
Okay. So anytime I'm talking to anyone and I got to spell DeStefano.
Oh, forget it.
I have to play the D as in dog, E as in, and I get so fucked up doing this fucking thing. Like you would think by now I have like I'm like D as in dog, E as in elephant. Like I say elephant. It's a fucking horrible example. You know, S is in Sam, T is in, and I'm like,
it's a capital. It's a capital S too.
Yeah. So. And then I get to O.
Oscar.
I say octopus.
You don't know the Alpha, Bravo, Charlie,
dude,
Delta.
You're a Marine. Oh. You know all that shit. I don't know fucking shit, dude. And it's like I'm on the spot, and I just say like the most awful, like K.
Cat. No.
No. Do a K.
Kit Kat. I don't know. Cat, kangaroo.
K is in
kilo. It's kilo with yeah, it's kilo.
K is in kilos.
Right. What?
I get to K and
shout out to Diddy.
I get to K. I'm like, K is carrot a K? I don't even fucking know.
Well, I guess it depends your spell. You can spell it anyway, I guess.
K is in, and I'm like, K is in, and then like C. Sometimes on C, I don't even think a cat. I say like a CH, which don't even sound like a C.
Yeah, Charlie.
It don't even sound like a C though.
No.
It sounds like a
The English language is screwed up
dude,
altogether.
I fuck up that shit. And then they come back with like whatever I'm trying to spell, and they're like, can you do that again? Like, I don't fucking know.
Do you have a problem with the DeStefano spelling there, Lou?
I have a problem with pronunciation.
Oh.
It's
DeStefano.
Well, that's how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Is it?
Yeah. It's
Fuck
not
DeStefano?
That's American.
I like DeStefano.
DeStefano.
Yeah.
Oh, DeStefano. Yeah. DeStefano.
I like this. I prefer
Yeah, Caruso.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Do.
Yeah. Strons. Stugats. All right, what else we got here? Let me see here on the list. Okay, so I have an opportunity to go on another podcast. I'd like to give a shout out to Build Zone Podcast. They're out of Boston. This is a Marine friend of mine. They do like a residential type of residential and commercial. I want to say like, I guess it's building apartments and stuff like that. Build Zone Podcast. They have a great following. They're great. They're big supporters of Two and a Blue. We are big supporters of them. Please go on there. I will be on one of their next episodes coming up. I'm going to do a recording this weekend with the gentleman. We're going to discuss both of our podcasts. We're going to talk about some of our Marine Corps stories him and I have that we had together. It should be a good episode. So make sure you stay tuned. Tune into to Build Zone Podcast, and of course, always tune into Two and a Blue for our podcast. So yeah, man, I can't wait to get on there and tell some old military stories. That's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
We also have our sponsorships. Right now, we as you've been seeing, we've been posting on our Facebook page and social media that we're offering sponsorships. 3 different packages. The spots are filling up. We have a lot of interest. Since we started we're close to the 17,000 mark on followers. It's been sparking interest in people coming on and getting some publicity. So if you're interested in any sponsorships, please hit us up in Messenger, DM, whatever. Get a hold of us. It'll most likely, if you get me, I'm going to redirect you to Steve. Steve kind of handles the packages, but we'll take care of you and we'll get you some publicity and get you on the wall here, and it all depending what package you have, and give you a good shout out. Almost 17,000 followers. So, and we're all over the place. We're around the world.
Like
and
you said,
and Celine Dion may like your product.
Yeah, My Heart Will Go On is going to be a sponsor. The Titanic,
right? Because I know she does. She watches. I'm pretty sure she does.
How could she not?
Right. I mean, whatever. Everybody watches.
Like you said, though, it is filling up fast. And unlike your idea of how the NBA go, the market will dictate the price.
We're not, by the way, we're not price gouging on our sponsorship package.
No, not yet.
Not even the least little bit. They are very reasonable, very affordable. So that is it for our spooky episode of Two in a Blue. Happy Halloween, everybody. Keep your kids safe out there trick-or-treating. Don't forget, subscribe, follow, get in the comments. Let us know what you think about these overpaid athletes. Do you agree with me? Do you not? Go fuck myself? I don't know. You let me know. I'm John Flounder. This is Steve, DJ Lou. We're Two in a Blue.
Peace.
Dad, how'd you feel about my face paint? What'd you think?
I think there's something wrong with you.